It's Tuesday, October 24th. Bad news is that you are not in school or in class today. The good news is you know where to go for help. So what we're doing today is we're talking about what is the rule, and we're looking at the silent board game. So we're starting in 3.1.2. The first thing we're going to do is you're going to come in and we're going to do our fast bridge warm-up. Remember, the puzzles go blue, green, white, red, and then they recycle to blue, green, white, and red. Okay. After that, we started rule cards yesterday. We had blue ones, A, B, C, D, E, and F. And if you finish those, we go orange ones, A, B, C, D, E, and F. And all of those rules are on the same paper that we put them on yesterday, on the big paper. Okay, we'll hang those up. And we'll kind of get together after everyone's had a chance to work on those, and we'll look at some of the rules. Next, we're going to do something pretty cool. It's called the silent board game. And I don't know how I'm going to share this with you if you're at home. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to go in here to our book, and I'm going to pull this over. So, whoops. Come on, Johnson. So I'm going to pull that over so you can see that. And we're in course 3. And we're in 3.1.2. Okay. And in 3.1.2, we're going to do this thing called the silent board game. And this is really cool. So the rules of the silent board game are no talking. And what's going to happen is we're just going to go around the room, and each person is going to share an answer. And if the answer is right, we leave it. And if the answer is not right, then we erase it. Okay. So let me just show you what the game looks like. And if I try to share this with you, let's take a look here. All right, so here we have something that looks like this. Up on the board, it's going to say negative 11 is X, and what's Y? Negative 1/2, we don't know. Negative 7, we don't know. 0, we don't know. 0.5, a half, we don't know. 8, we don't know. We know this one, if we have 10, the answer is 31. And we know if we have negative 3, the answer is negative 8. And we know if we have negative 1/2, the answer is negative. Ooh, that's interesting. All right, times 3. So now we have to figure out what goes in here. So each person is going to come up and take a guess until we get these all figured out. And then if we figure these out, then we go and figure out the rule. And then if we figure out this one, we're going to come and figure out B. And then if we figure out this one, we're going to figure out C and D and E. Okay? So that's what we're going to do in the silent board game. If we should finish the silent board game, that's right here, we're going to go on to something called John's Giant Redwood. And it's a series of problems that starts here. It says, John found the data in the table below about his favorite redwood tree. He wondered if he could use it to predict the height of the tree at other points of time. Consider this as you analyze the data and answer the questions below. Be ready to share and justify your answers with the class. So after 3 years of planting, the tree was 17 feet. After 4 years of planting, it was 21 feet. After 5 years, it was 25 feet. First question, how much did the tree grow each year? And then, how tall was the tree 2 years after it was planted? What about 7 years after it was planted? And how do you know? How tall was the tree when it was planted? And then estimate the height of the tree 50 years after it was planted. And how did you make your prediction? If we get through with that, we go on to the second part. And the cool thing about this is that we can open up in your ebook, we're on 3.1.2, problem 311, you can open the student e-tool, and we can actually graph these points based on the information that we had before. Okay. And then if we go into the third part, John's not satisfied. He wants to be able to predict the height of the tree at any time after it was planted. So we want 0 year, 1st year, 2nd year, 6th year. And then we want to write an algebraic rule for the height of the tree at any time. Okay. So that is what we are doing today. Our closure, I got a little video of redwoods, which is kind of cool. And our homework, if we get to that point, it's 313 through 317. And that is found. Oh, that's the wrong one, Mr. Johnson. Yeah, 213, 14. Some e-tools for balancing, 15, 16, and 17. Okay? So what do I think we're going to do? I think we're going to get through this. I think we're going to get through these two. And I think that we're going to maybe finish up the silent board game. If not, we'll start that on Wednesday and then get into the redwood problems. If we should get this done, then we'll start looking at redwood 1. Okay? So that is what's happening on Tuesday, October 24th. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you will be back on Wednesday. When I should mention that Wednesday is donut day. So you get 5 points of participation every day, correct? And between Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, if you finish with 12 or more points, or 4 points on an average per day, if you finish with 12, then I have donuts for you on Friday. Sound good? All right. Well, I hope you're feeling well. I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday. I hope we see you on Wednesday, and we miss you when you are not here. All right, friends, have a beautiful day.